Hey y'all, coming to y'all with a message per usual. And so today's message is so good. It comes from Matthew chapter 21. And the part of this chapter that I love so much is where Jesus went and talked to the people in the temple courts and they questioned Jesus' authority. We're going to get into the message because it's so good. Matthew 21 and 23. Jesus entered the temple courts, and while he was teaching, the chief priests and the elders of the people came to him. By what authority are you doing these things? Which they were referring to the miracles that he had been performing. They asked, and who gave you this authority? Jesus replied, I will also ask you one question. If you answer me, I will tell you by what authority I am doing these things. John's baptism, where did this come from? Was it from heaven or of human origin? They discussed it among themselves. If we say from heaven, he will ask, then why didn't you believe him? But if we say of human origin, we are afraid of the people, for they all hold that John was a prophet. So they answered Jesus, we don't know. Then he said, neither will I tell you by what authority I am doing these things. Y'all, the reason why I love Jesus so much is he is the most boldest, most direct, but most calm and collected, having self-control prophet that you'll ever see in the Bible. And I love so much about that, in that the lesson that can be learned is Jesus never felt like he had to tell anyone who he was. He never had to prove himself to anyone. He never had to authorize or appoint from which God sent him to anyone. He would simply say what he needed to say, prophesy in areas that he needed to, perform miracles in others. And it was up to the people, if they had faith, that they would come into agreement with the things that they saw Jesus present forth. But he never felt like he needed to convince anybody of anything. The thing I love about the office of a prophet is once God appoints you, ordains you, and then puts you out into the world to do his work, he automatically gives you power and authority that you know yourself. You have no one to prove or no one to convince of anything. My loves, when you lock in with him and you allow him to direct your steps, order your steps, you will understand that we all are given power and authority over the enemy. But the only way that you can tap into the power and authority given to you is if you lock in with God and allow him to lead you. When you decide to lean on your own understanding in this earth and you do whatever it is that you feel like doing, you leave something called open doors open for the enemy to not only use you, but also to have the ability to stop, hinder, or alter your path ahead. God promises us that he's going to give us a hope in a future and to prosper us. But the only way that he can allow for that to be so is through our obedience and our intention and conviction in following him. So as you see in this scripture, Jesus never had to say anything to anyone about who he was.